And that, my friends, is the difference between fishing where there's fish and fishing where there's no fish. Alright, y'all, I got my kayak loaded. We're fixing to head down to the creek and do some kayak fishing. And of course I'm going to do some catfishing, but I wanted to tell you guys my 3 basic steps on how to catch fish. First off is your gear. Of course I'm going for cats, so I got my heavy stuff. But you don't have to use heavy stuff. I've pulled 17-pound cats on a spinning reel at 3,000 on a 20-pound line. It doesn't have to be heavy, but I'm targeting the bigger boys, so I'm going for the heavier stuff. This is the Venom 5000 with 50-pound braid. Ouch. Hooked up on the Muddy River Catfishing flathead rod. That's one of my cat rods. The other one I'm going to use is the Runkle 6000, and this is on my Ugly Stick GX2. I got 30-pound mono hooked up on that one. And how many times has this happened to you guys? You get your gear, you're targeting one specific fish, and then you get down there, say it's catfish, and then you get down there and the bass are busting all over the place, and you're like, oh, why don't I have a bass rod? So I learned a long time ago, no matter what species I'm targeting, I'm going to take another rod of a different species. So what I'm taking is this little, heck, I don't know. Oh, this is a Piscifun too. This is the Piscifun Carbon X. I got 6-pound line on it. It's I'm using it as a dual fishing rod. I can catch bluegill if I need to catch bait, and then I can also catch bass if I want to catch bass. And I just take a couple bass lures, a couple of curly tails for bluegill, just as a backup. Sometimes it's the difference between getting skunked and not getting skunked. And of course I got my bait bucket, and then I got my cast net. That's my favorite way to catch bait. It's so much fun. But this is a 6 foot, 1 1/4 pound. It's a bit heavy for a 6 foot net, but the water here is so clear that when the cast net is flying over the water, the bait schools, they just scatter. So you need to get down quickly. So I went with a little heavier net than what I'm used to throwing. So that's my gear. All right, let's get to it. Well, y'all, there are a pile of how to cast your cast net videos out there on YouTube, but if you want to check out mine, I'll put a card somewhere up here, okay? Alright, the second most important thing when you're trying to catch fish or on how to catch fish is the bait. And for that, I like these little creeks. These little creeks are loaded with bait fish. Patience and waiting for the right cast, and you get all the bait you need in one cast. That, my friends, is a pile of shad. Alright, number 3 is location. Why are you going to go through all that trouble of catching bait and then toss it in an area where there's not any fish? It doesn't make any sense. You sit there all day long, you don't catch anything, you go home skunked and want to break your rod in half. Well, Deeper has come out with Sonar for bank fishermen. You can also use it in your kayak, which I'm about to do. You can also hook it up on your boat. This is, as far as I'm concerned, top of the line sonar for us guys. I'm going to show you the screenshots later on, but you can see everything. You can see the bottom, you can see the bait fish, you can see depth, you can see holes. I guess that's the depth, right? But most importantly, you can see the fish. So when you put your bait out there, you know there's fish there. And if they don't bite it, they're not eaten. But you know that you put your bait in front of fish instead of just guessing. So I'm going to hook this up, and then we're going to head out down the creek and see what's here. I have a feeling at the end of this creek, not at the end, but when it gets a little bit deeper, there's going to be fish there because this water is much cooler than the lake. And if I was a fish, that's where I would be. But this will tell us. This is awesome stuff, guys. Now they have a little attachment that you can buy. It screws into the top and then hangs over your kayak on the side, but I don't have that, so I'm just going to take a piece of 30-pound mono, tie it onto the back of my kayak and paddle along and see what's there. Now, just like I thought, we're at the mouth where the creek enters the lake, and you probably can't see this, but look at this. It's just loaded. I don't know if they're cats, I don't know if they're bass, but there's a lot of them, so this is where we're fishing. That's the only unfortunate thing, is you don't know what kind of fish you got, but there's a lot, so this is where we're stopping. Right next to the road. This is what Deeper gives you to hook up your cell phone to, so you can put it on your fishing rod. When you cast out there, you can just look at the cell phone as you're reeling. It's very helpful. But it's kind of cramped in here, so I'm just winging it. Hearing a lot of lumps. It's usually gar. Lump. Be a lot of gar here. Might just have to go. There are a lot of gar here. I might have been spotting gar. I've seen schools of gar. Oh, it had to be a gar. Whatever it was, bit his tail off. Got one in the boat. Got one in the boat. Took a while. Come here. Got you. Alright. Oh, this is marks. This is what they were. Bass. Got tired of feeding the gar and the turtles. Ouch. Took myself. So I broke out my little trusty. I call them J-tails. I think they're called double tails. Check out those bushes on the other side. This whole area had marks. There were some big ones. We're gonna get there. But there was a lot of little. little marks, so there's probably a lot of little bass in here. And bait. A lot of bait. But my anchor doesn't want to hold because it's so shallow. And the wind, it keeps blowing me out of position, so it's been a little tough. But we will overcome and catch some fish. This wind just can't figure out what it wants to do. That structure looked pretty good. Woo. Don't break, don't break, don't break. Just gonna have to let him wear out. I think it's a smallmouth. Yep, it's a big old smallie. Oh, quit hitting the kayak. Damn. Ew. Please don't spit it. He's not done. I'm going to break the line when I go to grab. I don't have a net like an idiot. Oh, got you. Woo! Yeah, buddy. Yeah, adrenaline pumping. That is a nice smallmouth. So area is marked in yellow. I thought, let me just throw against that structure. It's normally not even in the water. See if there's anything there. Woo, that was a fight. I love smallmouth. Give him a breather here. I got my bag and my kayak. Alright guys, here we go. This is why you need sonar right here. Look at this smallie. Nice smallmouth bass. Look at that. You're a beauty. Ready to go? Alright. Come on. He's going. That was awesome! Awesome. Oh my gosh. little guy. Hey, hey. Hey. Chill. Chill. Hey, that one. We're about to hit. That little one. And we're gonna hit some hard. Alright guys, let me first off tell you that Deeper is not paying me in any way to do this review video. They just sent me the product and wanted me to try it out, and quite honestly, I've been wanting to get my hands on this sucker for at least 5-6 years. I think that's how long they've been around. As soon as they came out, I wanted one, but I just didn't see the light, I guess you could say. But this is the way it comes stocked with the black cap. It has 3 ports. You got your bank fishing port. That's my port. Ice fishing. You can also use it ice fishing, and then you can use it in a boat or a kayak. It comes with this screw that you just screw it into whichever port you're going to use for whatever application. Of course, I'm doing bank fishing, so I put it on the bottom. One thing I'll let you guys know if you decide to get one, I had this sucker on for like 4 or 5 days straight, carrying it around back and forth up and down this hill, and the screw came out. So make sure your screw is tight, okay? Because the last thing you want to do is cast that sucker out there and then have to go swimming after it. So there's that. Another thing I'll mention is I would spend a few extra bucks and get the translucent orange cap for night fishing. It's also very easy to see during the day. I mean, you look at the water, I mean, no brainer right there. So definitely go for the orange cap. The other thing is the Sonar has a night function which will send off a blinking light so you can see it at night, so you can use it at night, which is really cool. And let me get this sucker tied on and I'll show you some screenshots. I would recommend using a heavy line. I'm using 50-pound braid. I would go at least with 30-pound mono. Don't try to put it on 6-pound line or something like that. It's not heavy, but last thing you want to do is lose it. It's pretty tough too. I've beat it up on these rocks, and unintentionally, I didn't mean to, but you know, they're rocks. It's taking a licking and it keeps on ticking. So, alright, let me get this hooked up. Hopefully you guys can see the screen, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so hopefully we're shooting this for the final time. We're going to do it in the dark now and see how this turns out. So the Deeper app works with both Android and Apple. You just go to the Play Store and download the app. And this is the icon right here, Fish Deeper. It's going to load up. It's going to ask you for if you want a map. It thinks I'm in Missouri, but Missouri is right across the lake, so not too bad. I'm going to say not now, and I am going to throw the Deeper into the water. Deeper is deployed, and we are going to push this button to connect. Yes, we want to connect. And up here it shows you it's connecting, it's connected. And we are doing a bank session. Get rid of this thing. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the night light. Night fishing. If I can see where it is. There we go. And this is the light I was talking about for the night fishing. It makes it very easy to see in the dark. It's pretty cool. Alright, so here you have your depth. You know, you can see 32.4, 6.5, and your little fish icons tells you where the fish are. This yellow is the rock bottom that eats all my gear. Love that. And the green is vegetation in the water, and then the yellow are fish. And these fish icons you can turn on and off, just like that. At the top you have your depth. It's 32.5 feet. Water temperature is 84 degrees. Your time, your cell phone battery, and then the deeper battery. And it takes like maybe an hour and a half to charge the deeper. I have yet to run it out of battery, so it lasts. It's pretty good. Pretty good charge on it. Over here, you go up to the top, you have your different fishing modes. You got bank fishing, boat fishing, and ice fishing. And then your sonar display, you have raw and basic. Basic takes out all the detail. There we go. And if you don't have the fish icons, you're not going to see anything, which I guess I should turn those on. Hello. There we go. So it's like really basic. You're just going to see the bottom and you're going to see the fish depth. That's it. You're not going to see anything else. I like the raw. I like to see everything. You have your sensitivity. You can go up and down. Ooh, don't go. Up or down, I like to keep mine at about 90. And then again, the fish icons, turn them on, turn them off. Go up. You can see, control which icons you see. You have large, medium, small. You have large, medium. And then you got the big boys. You can control the fish depth that you want to see. You can turn on a fish alarm. And then these are the different color palettes. This is the basic. It's the one I like. This is the daytime. It's very easy to see in bright sunlight. And then this is the nighttime. Yeah, they got different color. It'd be so funny if something ate my deeper. And then this is the night fishing icon. This is what turns on and off the bright blinking light. I'll put it back on my favorite color. There we go. So you can see all the fish. There's loads. Look at that. That's insane. I should be fishing, not playing with this thing. Can totally see the contours. We're still, I think, 16 feet above a pool, so this is like more likely trees and bushes, this green. Over on this side, you have your history. That tells you your trips that you've done. You can also do the GPS, whatnot. I haven't got it really into that yet, so forgive me. What I really like are these offline maps. These are awesome. You have basically every map in the world. All the continents. You just go to where you are. United States, Arkansas, and you download the map, and then you can do some cast and actually map out an area like a cove or a little section of the lake or river that you want to know the depth of. You can actually map that out and save it on your phone. It's pretty cool. I like that. I can't wait to play with that. But I'm in very shallow water right now, so oh, it's too shallow. I really think bait fishing is the hardest of all kinds of fishing. One, you're like restricted by real estate. You can only fish in certain public areas, or if you know somebody who lives, on the water, you can fish there. But you're really restricted on where you can go, and fish. And so this deeper, They came out like 5 or 6 years ago. They really give the bank fishing angler the advantage of taking full advantage of that small area that they can fish. You can actually see where is the best spot to put your bait. So last year, Chuck Johnson, he's a subscriber of mine, he sent an email asking about the deeper fish finders and what my opinion was on it. And at that time, I was of the mindset of my grandfather didn't use it, so I don't need it. You know, but you know, if you think about it, your grandfather didn't have email. He wasn't able to order his groceries online and have them delivered. There wasn't Amazon, Netflix. You know, this is a different day and age, and we have the technology, so I say use it. And if you guys are interested, again, I am not getting compensated in any way, but if you're interested, I'll put the link below. You guys can check out the deeper and see if it's a right fit for you. I think it's going to help you out a lot. It's already helped me try to learn this new lake. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. I'm not going to say next week, next time. And tight lines, everyone. All right, I'm out. You're just totally out fishing me. He wasn't going anywhere. Fly fishing angler out fishing me with a spinning rod. Nice bass. You want me to release him?
Yeah.
You don't want a picture or nothing? Why so far? Take 167. Oh. Alright, Wind. Really? You gotta be kidding. Take 2,423.